Cheesette Cowan here, CEO of Real Estate, back with another video on how to stop hustling and start building a business. In this video, I'm going to get into some of the ways in which I got out of hustling real estate and started to think like a business owner in the income streams that it opened up. So tune into this video. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're on the email list and getting all the emails that we send daily. Okay, so tune into this video and let's get into it. All right, so when it comes to building a real estate business, I want you to just start fundamentally thinking outside of the box. Like that is super important. I want to make sure I start this content by saying that when you went to real estate school, they gave you an example of all the things that you can do in business, and we strictly focus on residential sales. Here's what I want you to understand. If you don't get anything else from this video, understand this: residential real estate sales will never make you rich. My mentor, Hank Sorensen, who is the grand poobah of everything real estate, said that you don't get rich off selling real estate. You get rich off of taking advantages of all of the opportunities that the real estate industry affords. Let me get into that. We think just sales. Think about where your money as a real estate agent is going, where your client's money is going. Start to think about those things and then follow profit, follow money. It'll give you ideas and witty inventions, which the Bible promised us anyway. But think about this: on a real estate transaction, this is how I actually started all the companies that I have. I think about, where does the money flow? Okay, so the money goes, obviously, the person gets a pre-approval. Then the next thing, they come to me, we find a house, but in finding the house, they got to get an inspection. That's a check being stroked or paid out. They got to get an appraisal. That's a check being stroked or paid out. If on the back end, I'm not managing my transaction, I'm paying a transaction manager or a listing coordinator, that's a check being stroked out. If I am paying for, contractors to do things to get my listing ready, and it doesn't matter if I'm paying it or my client's paying it. I'm just talking about money into the business. Pay attention to these things, because now when I start thinking about how to drive profitability in my business, I'm thinking about, first, instead of going to start something new, what's already aligned with what I'm doing, what checks are going out that I can have in. Title is another one. One of the first companies that I started was a transaction management company, because I was managing agents that were paying transaction management fees. Why not bring that money in and just make my business more profitable? Next, it was title. If I'm feeding the title company 60, 70 transactions a year, I should be able to get into a partnership with them where I can at least get referral fees. And I know it's not called referral fees, and it's different for me because I actually own the title company, but you have to create mutually beneficial business relationships and allow your profit to be thought based around those things. So when I started the mortgage company, it was just to keep more of the money that we're going out in. That's the first rule of making money, is you got to figure out where you're hemorrhaging, bleeding, or wasting unnecessary money and bring that money back in. That's the first thing that'll drive profitability. So let's just say I was spending $400 on a transaction manager, right? When I brought it in house, instead of me, let's say you're doing 5 transactions a month. So instead of you paying out $2,000, now you're retaining that $2,000, which means your profitability is higher. Now, what happens with a lot of these companies now, once you get the companies up and running, you find somebody else to manage it as far as the day-to-day execution of it. And now that person can do 50 transactions a month. So now at $400 per transaction and 50 transactions, you are now making $20,000 a month passively, right? And even if you're paying this person 25%, $15,000 in profit. This is what I'm saying about, you got to think about your business divergently. The framework of our CEO blueprint is designed to get my clients from the active to the passive side of real estate. And I really don't share this outside of like the people that I coach, but understand that active money is money that you have to go out here and make. That is the money that you make from selling real estate. The problem with that is if you get sick, if somebody in your family gets sick and you got to leave to take care of them, guess what happens? Your business now is on a shutdown and your income has changed. And the thing that was supposed to fund, not run your life, is no longer able to do that because you have to touch it. See, I help my people think about their business from a different perspective from day one. We're figuring out how to create profitability streams in your business with what you're already doing. I'm not talking about you have a real estate company and I'm saying go start a, I don't know, project management company. Not that. What you're already doing is generating money for other industries or other people within the industries. It's how do I capitalize on that? So that's one of the things that we focus on, because I understand that the passive side of my business is going to always make me more money because I can do more from a systematic perspective than I can from an activity perspective. I don't have enough hours in the day to make enough money. I have to develop systems that work outside of me so that I can start to build passive income streams. Passive income streams are really what drive profit. And this is how you'll take your business to the next level. And this is one of the reasons that I tell people, don't be in coaching when you should be in consulting. See, coaching is telling you how to do what you do better. Consulting is looking at your business from a standpoint of a business perspective, and it is the same, because business is business is business. And what generally is works in one industry, in some part or another, it will work in other industries. Meaning, I sold insurance before. All of the things that I do in real estate, believe it or not, I learned from insurance sales. It's still sales. The only thing that's different is the product is different. But when you come into an understanding that I'm just going to be a salesperson, because your broker loves that. The broker gets paid when you sell. See, when you start creating ancillary business, you get paid regardless of whether you sell or not. Right. So this is what I tell people. Real estate is great. I love selling real estate. But if real estate doesn't happen, I still got 6, 7 other companies bringing in passive income streams. And knowing that from the beginning, not figuring that out after you 5 years in and you done spent out and gave out a lot of money to other people that you could have retained and built your life with, but knowing that from day one. Like day one, I just got my license. And this is why we created the strategy session, because I realized everybody doesn't need to have a full-on coaching program to build their systems long term. They may not even be in a position where they're ready to do that. But a consulting call is a lot different. A consulting call is going to help you focus on the things that you need to know for your business. Consulting prepares you structurally for the building of your business. And when I say structurally, think about, I don't know, new construction. If I was building a new construction house, the first thing I'm going to do is, after the designs is pour out the framework, the slab, what I'm going to use as a foundation to build everything else. See, what happens with people, we're trying to build businesses without a foundation for business. We don't realize that when we have a sales license, a real estate sales license, that's one component. We are still an independent business owner, i.e. a contractor, and understanding how to run your business fundamentally is going to be a game changer for you, because that's going to be the reason that you end up with 20 sales your first year, because you're going to understand what to focus on, and you're going to also understand what you should not be focused on. So for me, I want you to understand that the way that you need to think about your real estate business is that it is a passive long-term business strategy that you are actively working your way out of. Your real estate business should be a passive long-term business strategy that you are actively working your way out of. And understand that active money is not the same as passive money. Money where you got to exchange time to get it. I'm telling you, when you wake up to checks that you didn't have to exchange time to get, your whole life changes, right? So with real estate, you got to show property, do this, do that. And I show people how to set it up without doing all that, right? So I show people how to set it up without even having to touch things. However, when you start to go in business and you think about everything through that lens, game changer, game over every single time. And this is one of the reasons that I tell people that I help people build businesses that fund, not run their life, every single time. So I hope you hear my heart on this. The reason that I am so passionate about this is because for many of us, our value is not money. Our value is time with the people that we love. But the quicker we can get ourselves out of the active part of our business, the more time we have to spend doing things that really fuel our cup, that really are part of our purpose, that really make us happy and complete and whole, that really allow us to be who God created us to be. We have to get from the active side to the passive side. And that's one of the first assessments that I do with clients is, are you running your business like a CEO? Because that's super important to understand, because when you understand that fundamentally, you're going to make better business decisions. You're going to make profitable business decisions, but you're also going to start to look at opportunity different. And here's the thing. everybody can be in one place. Everybody doesn't see the opportunity because the opportunity is a result of a mindset. So that's why one of the first things that we do in our coaching program is we help people with mindset. If you are looking for that, the CEO Real Estate Blueprint program is definitely for you. Hands down, it's going to teach you everything you need to know about running a real estate business. But if you just need the consulting to understand how to look at opportunities, book a strategy session with me today.